and repeat after me. I,
Edward Manibusan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands,
of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana
the
Islands,
covenant to establish
the covenant to establish
a Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands
a Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands
in political union
in political union
with the United States of America,
with the United States of America,
the applicable provisions
the applicable provisions
of the Constitution,
of the Constitution,
laws and treaties
laws and treaties
of the United States of
of
America,
the United States of America,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as the Attorney General
as the Attorney
for
General
the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands
for the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now, I decided to pursue a third term in office with some hesitation. I shared that hesitation with my family, of course, and my colleagues, and I listened. I had to pause and reflect on the role of the duties and responsibilities of the office. I look back at my 8 years in office, and I ask myself whether I fulfilled or attempted at least to fulfill the mandate given to the office by the citizens when they chose to elect their Attorney General. The office ran into many challenges over the course of time. We went through some rough weather and sailed through some tranquil waters. We lost some battle and secured legal victories. My term began with the budget crisis when our government was looking for ways to pay its obligations. The public school system was in a budget battle with the administration. We went through a state of emergency disasters in the wake of Typhoon Saturday, Mangkhut, and Yutu. It was also the beginning of our legal battle to retain our sovereign immunity, our legal battle to ensure a safe community by defending a challenge to our gun law. It was also the beginning of time in defending and protecting our scarce resource, our public lands. In the years to follow, the office stayed on course with the initiatives I formed during my first term. These initiatives were to ensure the independence of the office, to improve and strengthen the criminal code, work with agencies to improve the procurement code, and assist the agencies with the legal needs, and to support all law enforcement, and lastly, to secure or ensure the security and safety of our citizens. We have made substantial progress over the years and achievement on these initiatives. I will highlight just a few of the major achievements of the office. We obtained a major victory in the Ninth Circuit, which ruled that the Commonwealth enjoys a sovereign immunity against suits in the federal court arising out of Commonwealth laws. This was a very important decision for the Commonwealth, as we have eliminated substantial claims which can be brought against the Commonwealth in the federal court system. Number two, we successfully challenged, defended, and checked the challenge of the Attorney General's common law powers to sue the executive agencies and officials. And three, we successfully challenged the executive and legislative salaries, if you remember that time. Four, we increased our ability to provide children in need of support by drafting a Uniform Interstate Family Support Act, which became law, and in the succeeding year, with the support of the presiding judge in Oroha and the court, the CNMI now has child support guidelines that ensure that children get the support they need. And And lastly, the criminal division was successful in a number of important cases, both at the Superior Court and our Supreme Court, decisions that have stare decisis effect on our criminal laws and procedures. I believe the Office of the Attorney overall performed exceptionally well. We vigorously defended actions as well as claims against the Commonwealth. We brought as well as settled claims on behalf of the Commonwealth on many different issues, such as violation of zoning laws, building codes, environmental laws, consumer-related issues, and settled long-standing judgments against the Commonwealth, including land compensation claims, personnel matters, including the pursuit for the recovery of money, as in the case of Luta, the Imperial Pacific International, and many others, including the pursuit of legal overtime payment against members of the Executive Cabinet. The OAG, the Office of the Attorney General, has been engaged in other projects as well. As stated earlier, we've drafted meaningful legislation for the protection and livelihood of our children, in the most recent legislation of the USA and child support guidelines. We drafted legislation dealing with sexual assault, defining dangerous weapons, refining conditions of bail, crime of strangulation, reducing the time for filing a claims on tort actions against the Commonwealth, actions for forfeiture of assets, and sentencing of absent defendant and other bills. We drafted legislation dealing with weapons control in the wake of the Second Amendment lawsuit, which is now called the SAFE Act. I intend to pursue all of these with the new administration and Congress because I believe we will be a much safer and stronger community with the passage of the laws that we have proposed. In addition, the attorneys in the office have been active in a number of committees established by the court, as well as our representation in the CNMI Bar Association. What is the outlook for the office in the years ahead? First and foremost, we will stay faithful to the commandments of the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth. As the new administration takes office, we will be ready to provide legal advice to the governor, his executive department, the autonomous agencies and public corporations on the basis of law, and we will demand their adherence to the rule of law. The OAG will have an opportunity to effect change in the function and operation of the upcoming administration. We will engage the administration in making changes to regulations that are necessary to curb waste and abuse in the administration of contracts and other expenditures of public funds. We have the opportunity to effect change to meet the demands of the execution of laws and regulations by engaging the leadership through meetings, providing timely advice, and collaborating on matters beneficial to the interests of the Commonwealth. We started to work on assignment of counsel to work with the executive branch agencies, and we will advance our meeting agenda with the individual department secretaries as soon as they take office to discuss ongoing issues affecting the agency and servicing their legal needs. In the near term, I will work with the legislature to pass laws that ensures the office independent from political interference. I will continue all efforts in protecting our consumers from dishonest business practices. I will see to it that our office keeps our community safe by prosecuting those who commit violent acts. And I continue to protect our environment. And lastly, and most important, ensuring an open and honest government. I'm constantly reminded of the oaths I took in 2015, in 2020, and today. And that is to faithfully support and defend the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth. the United States to the best of my ability. I believe I have been loyal to the office and I performed the best of my ability and steady leadership. I've kept my promise to make the office of treasurer work for the people. But I cannot do this work by myself. I have a team. We've recognized them earlier today. Team dedicated and committed to serving the people of the Commonwealth. And for all those, I want to thank you, Dr. and Mrs. Mossy, for taking the time to join me this morning. Thank you so much.